بها سيدنا شعياء عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إلياس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا اليسع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا ذو الكفل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوشع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وعلى جميع النبيين والمرسلين أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد نبيك عدد ما خلقته من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مدحية والجبال مرسية والبحار مجرأة والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب مستنيرة. كنت حيث كنت لا يعلم أحد حيث كنت إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد علمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كلماتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد نعمتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زينة عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في الكتاب، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما أنت خالق فيهن إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة قطرت من سماواتك إلى أرضك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يسبحك ويهللك ويكبرك ويعظمك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل نسمة خلقتها فيهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد السحاب الجارية، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرياح الذارية من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما هبت عليه الرياح وحركته من الأغصان والأشجار والأوراق والثمار وجميع ما خلقت على أرضك وما بين سماواتك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد نجوم السماء من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 بحارك مما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت وما أنت خالقه فيها إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ملء 7 بحارك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زنة 7 بحارك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أمواج بحارك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرمل والحصى في مستقر الأرضين وسهلها وجبالها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد اضطراب المياه العذبة والملحة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقته على جديد أرضك في مستقر الأرضين شرقها وغربها سهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وطريقها وعامرها وغامرها إلى سائر ما خلقته عليها وما فيها، ومدر وحجر من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي عدد نبات الأرض من قبلتها وشرقها وغربها وسهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وأشجارها وثمارها وأوراقها وزروعها وجميع ما يخرج من نباتها وبركاتها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من الجن والإنس والشياطين وما أنت خالقه منهم إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شعرة في أبدانهم وفي وجوههم وعلى رؤوسهم منذ خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خفقان الطير وطيران الجن والشياطين من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل بهيمة خلقتها على جديد أرضك من صغير أو كبير في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها من إنسها وجنها ومما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خطاهم على وجه الأرض من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يصلي عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا نوح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إبراهيم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا صالح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يونس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أيوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يعقوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوسف عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا موسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هارون عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعيب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إسماعيل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا داود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا سليمان عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا زكريا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يحيى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أرميا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعياء عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إلياس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا اليسع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا ذو الكفل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوشع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وعلى جميع النبيين والمرسلين أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد نبيك عدد ما خلقته من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مدحية والجبال مرسية والبحار مجرأة والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب مستنيرة كنت حيث كنت لا يعلم أحد حيث كنت إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد علمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كلماتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد نعمتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زينة عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في الكتاب، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما أنت خالق فيهن إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة قطرت من سماواتك إلى أرضك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يسبحك ويهللك ويكبرك ويعظمك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل نسمة خلقتها فيهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد السحاب الجارية، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرياح الذارية من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما هبت عليه الرياح وحركته من الأغصان والأشجار والأوراق والثمار وجميع ما خلقت على أرضك وما بين سماواتك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد نجوم السماء من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 بحارك مما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت وما أنت خالقه فيها إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ملء 7 بحارك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زنة 7 بحارك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أمواج بحارك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرمل والحصى في مستقر الأرضين وسهلها وجبالها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد اضطراب المياه العذبة والملحة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقته على جديد أرضك في مستقر الأرضين شرقها وغربها سهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وطريقها وعامرها وغامرها إلى سائر ما خلقته عليها وما فيها ومدر وحجر من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي عدد نبات الأرض من قبلتها وشرقها وغربها وسهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وأشجارها وثمارها وأوراقها وزروعها وجميع ما يخرج من نباتها وبركاتها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من الجن والإنس والشياطين وما أنت خالقه منهم إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شعرة في أبدانهم وفي وجوههم وعلى رؤوسهم منذ خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خفقان الطير وطيران الجن والشياطين من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل بهيمة خلقتها على جديد أرضك من صغير أو كبير في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها من إنسها وجنها ومما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خطاهم على وجه الأرض من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يصلي عليه، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من لم يصل عليه، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد القطر والمطر والنبات، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شيء. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد في الليل إذا يغشى، وصل على سيدنا محمد في النهار إذا تجلى، وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرة والأولى، وصل على سيدنا محمد شابا زكيا، وصل على سيدنا محمد كهلا مرضيا، وصل على سيدنا محمد منذ كان في المهد صبيا، وصل على سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من الصلاة شيء. اللهم وأعط سيدنا محمدا المقام المحمود الذي وعدته، الذي إذا قال صدقته وإذا سأل أعطيته. اللهم وأعظم برهانه وشرف بنيانه وأبلج حجته وبين فضيلته. اللهم وتقبل شفاعته في أمته، واستعملنا بسنته، وتوفنا على ملته، واحشرنا في زمرته وتحت لوائه، واجعلنا من رفقائه، وأوردنا حوضه، واسقنا بكأسه، وانفعنا بمحبته، اللهم آمين. وأسألك بأسمائك التي دعوتك بها أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد عدد ما وصفت ومما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت، أن ترحمني وتتوب علي وتعافيني من جميع البلاء والبلوى، وأن تغفر لي وترحم المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات، وأن تغفر لعبدك المذنب الخاطئ الضعيف، وأن تتوب عليه إنك غفور رحيم. اللهم آمين يا رب العالمين. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: من قرأ هذه الصلاة مرة واحدة كتب الله له ثواب حجة مقبولة وثواب من أعتق رقبة من ولد إسماعيل عليه السلام. فيقول الله تعالى: يا ملائكتي هذا عبد.
Sayr Enbiya ve Resulü'nün haziratın ervah şeriflerine, birimiz bilallah beşir radıyallahu anh Efendimizin İhmandar Resul-i Kibriya Eyüp Sultan Halid bin Zeyd Eba Eyyub el Ensar radıyallahu anh, Şah Mürşidan Şah Hacı Muhammed Bahattin Nakşibendi el-Buhari, Mevlana Celaleddin el-Rumi, Mevlana Ziyadun Halid el-Bağdadi, Sahib-ü Zaman, Kıblet-ül İslam, Şeyh Mevlana Muhammed Nazım Adel el-Ekani, Kaddesallahu ve esraruhum haziratın ervahı için, Hademül Harameyn-ü Şerifeyn Yavuz Sultan Selim Han, Ebul Fetvel Mehazi Fatih Sultan Mehmet Han ve Serdar Hakan Sultan Abdülhamid Han cennet mekan, Firdevs-i Aşiyan haziratın ervahına ve amr-ı inayetine, alel husus bu caminin bahanesi sahib-el hayrat vel hasenat, sahib-ü seyf Şeyh Abdülkerim el-Kıbrıser Rabbani Hazretlerinin ve bugüne kadar içerisinden gelmiş geçmiş imam, müezzin, kayyım cemaatinin ve kahve-i livanın ervahı için, Allah rızası için El Fatiha. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnnallâhe ve melâiketehu yusallûne alen nebî. Ya eyyühellezîne amenû sallu aleyhi ve sellimû teslîmâ. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammed ve ala ali seyyidina Muhammed. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah.
Elhamdülillah, elhamdülillah, elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. Nahmedullah Teala ve nagzafiru ve eşhedü en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike leh. Eşhedü enne seyyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu ve resuluh. Sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve zvacihi ve ashabi tabi'i khulafa raşidin mahadin min ba'di. Ve zemeti ala tahkik ve zemin alimeti khulafa rasul ala tahkik. Umara'l müminin Hazreti Ebu Bakr, Umar, Osman ve Ali ve ala baki sahabi tabi'in ridvanullah ta'ala aleyhim ecma'in. Ya eyyuhel müminul hazirun yetekullah ta'ala ve te'innallaha mellezine tekvellezine hum muhsinun. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the universes. All praises are due to Allah who says, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ramadan is the month in which we sent down the Quran as a guide to mankind and clear signs of guidance and the criterion of right and wrong. So every one of you who is present during that month should spend it in fasting. But if anyone is sick or on a journey, then the prescribed period should be made up days later. Allah desires for you ease. He does not desire hardship for you. And He desires that you should complete the prescribed period and that you should glorify Allah for guiding you, and maybe you will be thankful. When my servants ask you, Ya Muhammad ﷺ, about me, truly I'm near them. I listen to the prayer of every asker who calls on me. So let them hear my call and let them trust in me so that they may walk in the right way. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. May peace and blessings be upon the perfect servant of Allah, Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ, who is saying, whoever reads a single salawat upon me will be blessed 10 times by Allah, and whoever reads 10 salawats upon me will be blessed 100 times by Allah. And Allah will also put an invisible engraving on that person's forehead, which will read, this slave is free from hypocrisy and the fire of hell. On Judgment Day, he will be with the martyrs. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Nabil Ummi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. May peace and blessings be upon our beloved Prophet and upon his noble family and upon his blessed companions, especially upon the four Khulafa Rashidin, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Umar al-Faruq, Hazrat Osman al-Ghani, and Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. May peace and blessings be upon the masters of the most distinguished Naqshbandi order, the guides to the Siddiqui way. May peace and blessings be upon the sultans of the Ottoman Empire, the flag bearers of Haqq, and upon all those who follow and honor them until the last day. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers, welcome to you. Congratulations to you. Mubarak to you on the first day of Ramadan. The Sultan of the 11 months has arrived. The comfort of the believers has arrived. The month of harvesting has arrived. We are making intention in this first day of Ramadan to be from those who show this month its proper respect, who fill its days with hizmat, who fill its nights with ibadat, who collect the pleasure of Allah, His Prophet, and the awliya during this month. Ameen. We are starting this month with a hope from Mawlana Jalaluddin Rumi, who said, the month of Ramadan has come, O moon-faced friend. Tie up your bags and hit the highway to paradise. Alhamdulillah. Inshallah Rahman, we will start on this road altogether. This is a month that is celebrated in the heavens. And when the angels are overjoyed, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is extending His mercy to the Ummah Muhammad ﷺ, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, the fast belongs to me, and I provide its reward. When someone fasts, he is abstaining from his animal desire, his eating and his drinking for my sake. Fasting is a suit of armor. There are 2 occasions of joy, of happiness waiting for someone who fasts: at the moment of iftar and the joy at the moment of meeting his Lord. And he ﷺ is also saying, on each and every day of Ramadan, by the iftar time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will already have saved 1 million of His servants from hellfire, even if all of them had deserved hellfire. And when Jummah comes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will save 1 million of His servants from hellfire in every single hour, even if all of them had deserved hellfire. As for the last day of Ramadan, on that day Allah will save a number equal to everyone who has been saved during the whole month. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from the hellfire we have built for ourselves, and may we take our lives in a moment, and may He take our lives in a moment when we have reached to His pleasure. So this is a month of mercy. The believer must be awake and aware to protect himself from running away from Allah's mercy. These are very strange days that have come to the earth, that have come to the Bani Adam. These days, strange days, is more strange because we have forgotten our history that has been filled with the tests and the punishments of Allah. So it has become very, very strange for us. But for the believer who looks, who sees, who understands, who studies the history and remembers the punishment of Allah and the mercy of Allah, the tests of Allah, then he understands that we're living in a day that, although it is strange, but it has come before and we know how to behave. But now, the strangeness is because the Muslims, from leaders to followers, from top to bottom, they have forgotten their history. And they have come unprepared this Ramadan and these days to deal with this punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the masjids, which have been full for 1400 years, are now closed and empty. The Tarawih namaz, the legacy of Hazrat Umar, which lit up the night for the ummah for 1400 years, it has been taken away from so many. The Jama'at that has been a characteristic of Ramadan has been exchanged for so many with loneliness. So something has changed. The tajalli, the manifestation of this Ramadan, it has changed. It has changed because we have pulled this tajalli to ourselves. Ramadan is Mubarak, but we in this ummah, we have not treated it with blessings and with Mubarak, and we have not become the Mubarak ones to welcome the Ramadan properly. So it has changed when it comes to us. When something changes so suddenly and so violently, the intelligent man must be awake. Intelligent man is not going to take the signs of his Lord lightly. Sahibul Saif, Shaykh Abdul Karim al-Kibrisi Rabbani, may Allah raise his station, is explaining the delicate nature of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, saying, two realities, they are not changing. The lutuf of Allah. He is looking at his servants with rahmat and mercy, and the qahar of Allah that is vanishing, destroying. These two things are on everyone. Anyone who is looking for mercy and safety must run to that Prophet and must hold on to that Prophet. Otherwise, today you know that mankind is not even having mercy to their own children. How are they to have mercy to others, other nations, other tribes? How are they going to have mercy to the ones that they are fighting? How are they going to have mercy to the ones that they are hating? Impossible. Today we are looking in the east and west, and the majority of the people are thinking only me, me, me. Islam is saying you, first you, and later me. The other ways are saying first me. Mankind never has enough for his own ego. He's always wanting more and more and more, never for somebody else, but always looking at others too. What does that one have? It must be for me too. I must find the way to get it. They are pulling to that side, and if it's necessary, they go out of their way to kill for that. For what? For these material things, for this world. Mankind has lost. Lost because they left the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent to us, and the way is Islam, which is shining. And the way to Islam is the Holy Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. And the awliya Allah, they speak the truth. The awliya Allah, their speech is like the Quran and the Hadith for our time. So understand Shaykh Effendi's speech. What is he saying? As long as a person is following the way of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, as long as a person is thinking of others first, serving others, putting himself last, the tajalli of mercy comes to this world. When he is not a tyrant, when he doesn't pass his limits, even when he is right, then the tajalli of mercy comes to the world. But when a man thinks only of himself, when a man only sees to fit this whole world into his mouth, when a man loses his own mercy, when a man desires everything in the world for himself, not sharing with others and taking from the others, then the tajalli of qahar comes to the world. So what kind of man doesn't get the mercy of Allah? What kind of man pulls the revenge of Allah? The tyrant, the zalim. The zalim cannot receive Allah's mercy because he has set himself as a competition, as an idol, as an ilah with Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is one, He is ahad. He does not accept those who declare their existence in His presence. That is the nature of our ego, to be zalim, to declare its existence and to say it is the only thing that exists or deserves to exist. That ego that said, you are you and I am me, through fire and through cold, that ego is in us. And that ego was finally broken in the valley of hunger when it said, you are the Lord and I am just your servant. In Ramadan, we must break that tyrant ego within us. That ego is broken by hunger. But it is not just by hunger of eating and drinking. It is by hunger, starving the ego, pulling the ego back from doing what it wants to do. Cruelty in the world, this root is in the ego. Its root is individuals who have lost themselves and imagined themselves to be lords, and they become tyrants, who have given the power of themselves to their ego. And when every ego rules, the world doesn't have one Nimrud, it has 7 billion Nimruds. And when the ego rules, this world is not enough. And Nimrud doesn't know how to build anything but fire. And mankind, who is like Nimrud, has been busy building that fire to burn themselves for the past few decades. And they will burn in that fire unless we turn around and repent to our Lord. Ramadan comes for us to repent. Ramadan comes for us to run back to that mercy. Ramadan comes for us to say, La ilaha illa anta subhana in kuntu minaz zalimin. If we remain tyrant, then we will not find Allah's mercy. We will not find Rahmatal lil Alameen's mercy. And the awliya Allah, they have very harsh words for those who stay in the station of tyranny. Everyone is thinking, awliya, they are gentle and they love everything and they're nice with everything. No, they are not. They love Allah and they love His Prophet. And they hate everything that hates Allah and His Prophet. Everyone knows how to say, Madad ya Ghawsul Azam. But that Ghawsul Azam, his words, they were very harsh. It is very similar to our Shaykh's words. It is very similar to the wash-ups that he is giving us, that is cleaning ourselves. And Ghawsul Azam, he hit the ego very hard. Like our Shaykh, he was bombarding the ego. He's saying in his sohbat to those who keep, those ones who keep the characteristics of zulm through Ramadan, he's saying, the angels give salams to all those who are worthy. Angels give salams to all those who are worthy, who are giving high respect to Ramadan, but they will not give that salam to those who are guilty of disobedience, because some of them are doing zulm, tyranny, and they do not deserve any salam from the angels. How heavy is the crime? How heavy is the crime of those who eat haram, who break families, who spread hateful gossip and slander, and those who eat the rights of orphans. Such people have no right to get salam from the angels, and they won't get any. What disaster is worse than this? How awful to live through a month of mercy, forgiveness, and freedom from hellfire, but find yourself shut out from sharing in the salams from the angels of the Lord of the sinners and the righteous. What made you like this? Was it because you have stayed so far from our Rahman? Because you became a tool of tyranny? Because you became a willing helper of shaitan? And because you adopted the flashy lifestyle of those who walk on the path that leads to hellfire? O slave of your ego, of your desires, of your reactions, of your devil, of your dunya, you have no value in the sight of Allah and in the sight of His salihin. Disaster to you. What will you get from wagging your tongue without any work? You say you tell the truth, but you're a liar. You are guilty of shirk when you say you make tawhid. You are sick, but you believe you are healthy. You have a fake stone, but you call it a jewel. My duty with you is to make you stop lying and teach you how to be honest. And the words of Ghawsul Azam speak the truth. The greatest helper, yes, because he came to break the egos. He came to help mankind, to break the egos and to bring man back to obedience. That is how mercy comes to us. Shaykh Effendi is saying, if it is not for the Prophet ﷺ, then no mercy is coming to us. Punishment will come down on us. The mercy has reached to us because of that Prophet. Today, mercy is reaching to us again because of those who hold on very tightly to the Prophet ﷺ and who show proper respect to that holy Prophet ﷺ. We cannot put our Shaykh aside and say, I reach to Prophet and I reach to Allah. You will not reach anywhere then, because mercy now is coming to you, to us, through our Shaykh. Allah's help is reaching to us through our Shaykh's hands. Oh believers, don't let go of that hand. So many are alone during this Ramadan. But alhamdulillah, tarikatuna suhbat wal khayri fil jamiyat. Our way is association, and the goodness is in the Jamaat. This way, the way of the Shaykhs, it must break the tyranny that is inside of us. But it will only start if you yourself believe that you have that tyranny inside. For those who think that they don't have tyranny inside, for those who think that they're already salihin, for those who think that they're already saints in this way, nothing is going to work. That way, the way of yourself, will only lead you to idolatry. You will start worshipping yourself. You'll start seeing yourself higher than anything, higher than your Shaykh. You may even be fooled to say that you are higher than the Prophet ﷺ. As so many people who deny the wasila of the Holy Prophet ﷺ today, they say it's only me and Allah. But our hope is to reach to Allah's mercy, to pull that tajalli of mercy. And that way, we must conquer the tyrant that is inside of us and to become servants of Allah. That way, we must hold on tightly to the Shaykh who's going to train us. You cannot do this job by yourself. You cannot do this job of training your ego and pulling the tyrant out by reading books, by reciting like a parrot. You have to hold on to a friend of Allah and to a guide. Oh believers, this is Ramadan. Run more in the way of Allah. Make intention to struggle more in the way of Allah. And the struggle of a believer is beloved to Allah. Serve more in the way of Allah, and you will never regret any moment spent in Allah's way. Every moment spent for dunya, it will in the end benefit you with nothing. We're ending with Pir Sultan Abdul Qadir Jilani's dua for Ramadan. And he's saying, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Salam alayka, O month of fasting. Salam alayka, O month of nighttime prayers. Salam alayka, O month of Iman. Salam alayka, O month of the Quran. Salam alayka, O month of lights. Salam alayka, O month of forgiveness and pardon. Salam alayka, O month of the steps leading to paradise and safety from the steps leading to hell. Salam alayka, O month of the servants who make tawbah. Salam alayka, O month of the arifin. Salam alayka, O month of the mujtahids. Salam alayka, O month of security. You are a prison for disobedient sinners, and for the truly devout, you are a place of comfort. Peace be upon the lamps and lanterns that shine so bright. Peace be upon the sleepless eyes and upon the streaming tears. Peace be upon the mihrabs and upon the tears that fall from the eyes. Peace be upon the sighs that arise from the hearts aflame with passion. Ya Allah, count us from those whose fasting and prayers are accepted, and whose evil deeds you change into good deeds, and among those who you allow through your mercy to enter your paradise, and those whose stations you have raised. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, Ya Rabbi, bless our Shaykh, our means to reaching to the mercy of Rahmatul Lil Alamin, and don't separate us from his association in this life and in the next life. Ameen. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, lazim alazi, la ilaha illa wa al-hayyul qayyum wa atubu ilayh. La ilaha illa Allah wahdahu la sharika lahu, lahul mulku wa lahul qadir. La ilaha illa Allah wahdahu la sharika lahu, lahul mulku wa lahul qadir. La ilaha illa Allah wahdahu la sharika lahu, lahul mulku. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك سبحان قدوس ربنا سبحان قدوس ربنا سبحان قدوس ربنا إن دين إلا الله الإسلام قام الصلاة اللهم صل وسلم على
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر
that you become grateful. Understand now the lutuf. Is it on? Ahmak. Understand now the lutuf, the delicacy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the generosity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That He's giving everything. And He says, Inshallah. Some of you will remember me. Understand the delicacy of Allah. That Allah is going out of His way, showing this let us say, this side of Him that He has not shown to any other ummats from before. No other ummat. That He has shown this side of compassion and mercy and generosity. Earlier ummats, He's not showing that. But to the ummat of His beloved one, to the ummat of the Akhir Zaman, He is showing that. And still, because the Quran al-Karim came to the ummat of the Akhir Zaman, not for the early ummats, it's for us. Still, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His delicacy is saying, I give you, and everything is for you, but maybe some of you will be grateful. Which is why that old man who sat and is crying and say, Ya Rabbi, make me to be that few, make me to become the very few, over and over and over and over again. And Hazrat Umar, you have to understand, Hazrat Umar is the one who's standing firm against bidat. Anyone who's trying to do new stuff. Don't think they didn't try that time. Of course, now they accuse Hazrat Umar of making bidat. I say 20 rakat is bidat.
They're saying the whole Tarawih is bidat.
They're saying, some even saying the whole Tarawih is bidat. Because 21st century man with religious knowledge but without guidance, they have become the most tyrant ones, zalims. They dare to say these things and still in Allah's lutuf and mercy still not touching us. Right? I think this virus is something, it's nothing, still not touching us. That had never happened for over 1,300 years, never happened. Anyone who's daring to say that about the Khalifa, anyone who's daring to say that about the Khulafa Rashidin, anyone who's daring to say about the Sahabi Kiram, nations will go to war because you're daring. But now, millions. And when we talk about the scholars of the Ahris, of course we're talking about the scholars who lead the Ummah astray. No idiots, ahmak people. Sometimes they say, oh, they are the ones we only criticizing the alims of the Akhir Zaman and they are good scholars, and why we're saying that. We're not talking about this, bruh. We're talking about the warning that the Prophet is saying 70,000 scholars who are on the wrong way. We're talking about the wrong scholars. If you're dumb enough not to know the difference, I cannot do anything for you. Go sit down somewhere and wait for the angel of death to come. We're talking about the wrong alims, and there are so many in these days, and they're leading millions. We're warning people. And the scholars are the ones, not regular people, scholars are the ones who say, for example, Taraweeh prayer is also bid'ah. There are a lot of people who follow that. And this is one of countless things that these alims of the Akhir Zaman that they put out to say. And they're supported by big money, supported by regimes, supported by think tanks, everything. And they are corrupting everyone. Since when Ahl Sunnat means that you sit back and you let the Sunnat of the Prophet to be corrupted and destroyed. Ahl Sunnat means you stand up to defend the Sunnat, isn't it? So we stop being Ahl Sunnat also. Becoming Sufi. I love everyone. MashaAllah. That kind of Sufi, you'll pronounce takfir on Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq. You pronounce takfir on Hazrat Umar, Hazrat Osman, and Hazrat Ali. You're saying, why are you fighting? Why are you hating them? You're supposed to love each other. Become complete empty heads now. So now where were we? The lutuf of Allah for this nation, it is extraordinary. That lutuf is necessary. Nothing that Allah does is unnecessary. The lutuf is necessary because it makes people who are coming from, let's say, animal background, jahiliyyah, to be the highest in civilization. That lutuf is also, that compassion, that mercy is also necessary, because if we don't have that, none of us in this Akhir Zaman, since the veiling of the Khilafat especially, none of us can enter into safety or into paradise. Every one of us will be sent to non-existence, into hellfire too. So that lutuf, that delicacy, and that mercy is necessary. Otherwise we're all, Prophet ﷺ says, 3 days if there is no Khalifa, there is no Islam. So people who are busy with moon sighting, we are living in a system where what we put into our mouth, to what we wear, to what we drive, to everything, because the whole economic system, the whole system of government, the whole system of military, the whole system of healthcare, everything, it is based on things that Allah and His Prophet, they are not liking. I'm using very nice words still. I'm not saying they are haram or is kufr. But take your pick, whichever words you want to use. And so Allah is still in His delicacy in that ayat, saying that we give you everything, we give you all the blessings, especially in this month of Ramadan, in the hopes maybe some of you are going to be grateful. But as we say, that man who was crying and saying, Ya Rabbi, make me from the very few, make me from the very few, make me from the very few, because Allah is saying, like what we say in that ayat, only the few, maybe they are going to be grateful. This old man was crying, and Hazrat Omar, like we said, he was standing up against the bid'ah. He says, who is teaching you this dua? And he says, Ya Omar, the old man was saying. He's not an old man, he's a salihin, he's a saint. Didn't Allah say, only the very few, they're going to be grateful to me? Only the very few, they're going to be humble? Only the very few, they're going to be sincere? And I want Allah to make me to become from that very few. The person, that salih person, is not saying, I am from the very few. This is the arrogance, Pharaonic arrogance, and Nemrut arrogance that has fallen into 21st century man. Everyone thinks they are sincere. I'm sincere, I read, I go to Umrah, I make zikr, I'm sincere. Who are you to gauge yourself? Of course, when you kill all the teachers, when you took out all the teachers, and you took out the system that gives you the grades, everyone give their own grades, of course. Why not? Right? This is what happened. They took out all the system of wilayat that was ruling the shariat as well. They took out everyone is giving their own grades. Man learning 5 hadiths, he can come up and declare himself to be a saint, declaring himself to be a scholar. And when Hazrat Umar heard that prayer from that one, that Mubarak one, he started crying. And like what we said earlier, tariqat is training us to become that few, to become that very few. And it is struggle. Tariqat is struggle. It is fighting. If you think you're in tariqat and you're in paradise, check again. If you're not struggling, check again. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this month of Ramadan sending blessings, hoping, Allah, Allah. Which one of my servants is not going to be busy with what I sent to them, but they're going to be busy to look at who sent to them, to be busy with me? Majority, they are praying to Allah to get something from Allah. Only very few, they're praying to Allah just to be with Allah, sincerely. How are you going to know? How are you going to get this feeling? Whether you are just your relationship with Allah is like a businessman or like a lover. How are you going to know? Number one, yes, everyone knows. Don't say, oh, so difficult, I don't know. Everyone has fallen in love. Everyone has experienced that love. The feeling that I have to give. If I don't give, then I'm not being true to myself. The real love is not what you take, but it's what you give. It's how you disappear. Everyone knows that, whether it's a person, or it's an animal, or it's a thing. People get drunk in that, no? So Allah gives it to everyone. Nobody can say, I don't know. Now, but to enter into this deeper understanding, how to become one of those few that is not looking to what Allah is sending, but is looking to Allah. That is not looking to what Allah is sending, but to be with Allah. For people of tariqat, especially in the Naqshbandi way, it is very easy. What is that called? Sohbat. When being in the presence, it is better than getting presence. When you're just in the huzur, then everything disappears and nothing matters, not time or space or things, but just to be in the presence of that one. Because that one is in the presence of Allah. If you're in presence of, in reality, in the presence of that one, there's nothing that you need. You don't need anything. You don't need to sleep, eat, drink. You just want to be in their presence. So, tariqatan as-suhbah wal hayr fil jamiyat. We have to fix ourselves in the sohbat, fix our hearts in the sohbat. Then, inshallah rahman, we can get a taste of being the very few. It's difficult for us, our Shaykh is not here, because we miss him. But there is a blessing and there is a wisdom to that as well, because it's showing very strongly that nothing else matters except to be reunited with him. We'll throw away the whole world. We'll spend one more second with him. So, there is a big secret to that. We're feeling that. We must hold on to that. And that is the Owaisi way. So we are blessed with that too. It's okay, the separation is only temporary. There is only one screen, one veil between us and him here now. But we must live our life here, and we must live our afterlife with him, together with him, not to be separated. To be busy with the wazifa that he has given us. That time we will be with him. And when it's necessary, he will turn around the corner just to say, like this, inshallah, may Allah forgive me and bless all of you. May Allah wake us up. Murids must be sharp. I don't want any murids to be dull, and to be soft. we are struggling in the way of Allah, you cannot be dull and soft. You have to be sharp. We are soldiers against to shaitan and against to our nafs. And the soldier cannot be lazy or dull. We must be awake all the time. May Allah give us that wakefulness, especially in this time of Ramadan, for our spirit to become more awake, for our desires to become more and more weak and more sleeping, inshallah. For the blessings of this Ramadan to carry us through until next Ramadan. May our Shaykh be happy with us. May he forgive us. May we be able to send his teachings and his light everywhere in this world and to help as many people as we can. We are his weak ones, but with him we may become strong ones, inshallah. May hypocrisy leave our hearts. May hypocrite people leave our Jamaat. May those who stand in the way of Haqq be removed. May murids have more passion in their hearts for this way. May the way be open for us to make more hizmat, inshallah. May Allah forgive me and bless you. Al-Fatiha. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. Anything else? No question?
How can one have haybat without losing their humility? And how can we not mistake weakness for humility?
You must have a guide to show you that. These kinds of things, we cannot talk theory. You'll misunderstand. Because we have to first understand what is haybat and what is arrogance. We have to understand what is humility, and we have to understand what is weakness. And this is very delicate matters also. To give you one example, the man can be looks to be the most proud one, but he is the most humble one in front of his Lord. There are so many prophets that are like that. There are so many saints that are like that. You can appear to be a humble one to the whole world, but you are the most stubborn and proud one inside. So many hypocrites, they are like that. There was a man who was doing the sa'i, running from Safa to Marwa during the Prophet ﷺ's time. And he was walking very, very proudly, puffing his chest up and walking big like this. And Prophet ﷺ laughed and he said, Allah hates that kind of walk. He says, except when it is done for the sake of Allah, because that man was doing that to show the mushriks that was looking the haybat of Islam. So these are very delicate matters. You have to have a guide. The guide has to give you the prescription. He has to say, do it this time, don't do it this time. You have to do it in 3 days straight. You cannot, just like medicine. But just like medicine, you cannot Google medicine or medical knowledge and give your own prescription to yourself. You will kill yourself. Tariqat is even more dangerous than that. When you have a guide, you'll be able to understand it properly, especially a guide like ours. Because, especially in these days, it is very easy to play humble. Don't you know, it is the easiest and the cheapest trick in the box to be humble. Because who doesn't like a humble person? Humble looking person. Even a tyrant would like a humble looking person. But it is very difficult now, in these days, to stand up strong against this tide of Dajjalic influences, and not to be weak, but to stand up, to have that haybat of Islam, because knowing that so many people are going to say, oh, this is wrong behavior. You're not being Sufi, you're not being this, you're not being that. We can show you Sufi And then you say this is not Sufi, at that time you're going to be cursing at Hazrat Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi, you'll be cursing at Hazrat Abdul Qadir, you'll be cursing at every saint now. Because every saint, they have the side that is very Jamal and very forgiving, and they have the side that is very unforgiving. And it is depending on the sickness of that person, of the group, of the ummah, and what is needed. This, it takes some time for a person to understand. And it doesn't mean that it is for you also. A sheikh can have haybat, but it doesn't mean that all his murids now, they're going to imitate him. It's not like that. Tariqat is not easy. You have to have high intelligence and very big patience to understand. Inshallah, may Allah grant us more intelligence and patience. Inshallah, the one who asked the question, one day when you come, we will speak more. You will see, you will understand. May Allah open your way, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Al-Fatiha. Ameen. This much is enough. Ramazan Mubarak. Ramazan Kareem. Okay.